Gentleman from Massachusetts. You know, in the history of this whole program, it was started for the nuclear industry. Pete Domenici, 2005. Why? Because there hadn't been a new nuclear power plant built in 30 years out in the free market. So they needed the federal government to come in and prop it up on crutches. That's the only way it would work. And so when President Obama took over, you know, he's saying, well, maybe we should do something for solar as well. And of course, the coal industry, the oil industry, the nuclear industry, they recoiled in fear that there would actually be competition in the marketplace. And when one solar company got in trouble, the Republicans pounced on solar. They pounce on wind. They pounce, you know, that's why, by the way, the Republicans are going to allow the wind tax breaks to expire this year. But they're going to keep all the oil tax breaks on the books. And so here we are today, and they have something called the No More Solyndras Act. Except for the $88 billion that they're going to grandfather in terms of the application date that they've selected. So who qualifies for that? Well, $76.5 billion would be the nuclear industry. $11.9 billion would be the coal industry. I get it now. It's not the No More Solyndras Act. It's the only $88.4 billion more for nuclear and coal No More Solyndras Act of 2012. It's just the same kind of tilted playing field that the Republicans have always had. Nuclear, oil, coal, great. Wind and solar, finally getting going. 12,000 new megawatts of wind installed in the United States this year. 3,200 new megawatts of solar installed in the United States this year. That puts the fear of the marketplace in the coal and the nuclear, the oil industry brain. And so that's why we're out here with this kill solar and save nuclear and coal with this incredible amount of money. Now, as the gentleman from Massachusetts said, I had an amendment that I requested the Rules Committee to put in place, and that is that if your company last year lost $540 million or more, you could not qualify for a loan guarantee. Remember, Solyndra lost $538 million, so I picked $540 million. And if your company is on the verge of being delisted by the New York Stock Exchange and has already reached junk bond status with S&Ps and Moody's, you cannot qualify. I mean, come on, we're not having federal taxpayer money go to companies on the verge of being delisted and have already reached junk bond status. And they all voted no in the committee. And when I had my amendment put up before the Rules Committee, they rejected it. Now, why did they reject it? Because the United States Enrichment Corporation lost $540 million last year. It's on the verge of being delisted on the stock exchange. It's reached junk bond status, but yet nuclear will qualify. Okay? So I said, well, we can't invest in that kind of a company. And as the gentleman from Massachusetts said, the same thing is true for buying American. If we're going to have these loan guarantees, let's at least make sure that they are American jobs. And they wouldn't put that amendment in order as well. And this whole issue here is basically one of this favored oil above all agenda, not all of the above. Not when you say tax breaks for oil companies continue and wind companies die. Not when you have loan guarantees that continue on for nuclear and coal, but not for wind, not for solar. It's so transparent. It's just arithmetic, ladies and gentlemen. Solyndra loses 538. The Enrichment Corporation, nuclear, loses 540. The arithmetic's pretty simple. They both should not qualify, But not these guys. No, no.
The German addition 1 minute.
Thank you. Not these guys. Oh, no. No. Because it's not marketplace. There's no rhyme or reason to it until you start to think about what has always been their agenda. What has always been the fossil fuel industry agenda. I would abolish the entire program. You want to abolish this program? Abolish it. Put the vote out here. I'll vote for it. Get rid of the loan guarantee program. Then let solar and wind and nuclear and coal and oil all compete in the free marketplace for private capital investment. You want to know what that would do? It would put the fear of Adam Smith in the heart of the nuclear industry because they would receive no private sector investment. None. It takes the federal government providing a crutch. And so it then requires the Republican Party to take away the loan guarantees for the competition while they're giving the loan guarantees. Federal taxpayer loan guarantees to industries that otherwise could not get any money in the private sector. The United States Enrichment Corporation can't get any private sector investment. Nuclear power industry, this loan guarantee program, for $8 billion for a program that's already $1 billion over the two Vogtle plants in Georgia. The whole thing is bad arithmetic for the American taxpayer. Thank you.
Gentleman